Carlos. This is season 5 of Off Your Flosser podcast.
Season cinco. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to say it in Spanish.
That's fair enough. Throw back to your heritage.
You know.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you. Here we go. Check, 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 check.
One,
I turned my volume down on my mic. So let's see if that
two.
helps.
Okay, cool.
I've never messed with the volume on this thing, so let's just see if... Yowa! Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, so it's all good.
All right, cool.
All right.
You ready to do this, man?
Yeah, I think. What episode
All right.
is this?
Episode 196. Yeah.
196 it is.
Yes, season 5. I'm just gonna say this real quick, but I love our intro. I think it's hilarious. I think it's authentic, and it really catches the back and forth that we have. So, cheers to that.
Yeah. Thank you. I do what I can. It just comes off the tongue easily while we do the show, and I don't know what it sounds like at home, but that took maybe 3-4 takes, pick and choose
And then
from different takes.
Get rid of the crap, put the good stuff together, and there you go.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of editing that goes into that, but I think that's what makes it smooth and OYF-like. So
yes, it's very OYF-like.
So thanks. I'm glad you like it because
yeah, because we're
cool.
the only ones that matter. Screw you guys.
Yeah, so yeah.
So my goal is to try to get through the whole episode without spilling this on my shirt.
Cheers.
We'll see. Yes, cheers.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, so that's a little form of deception. It's not your OYF cup, and this is what I did. Look, I have this, right?
Yes.
But since I hit snooze twice,
yeah,
there's Coke Zero in it, so another lie. But I wasn't gonna say anything until you brought that up. So
nobody has to know.
No, and it's black, so you can't tell if is it coffee? Is it soda? What's going on?
I made John coffee this morning. So I bought this coffee and I expected it to be perfect for John. He doesn't really drink coffee, but he likes like whiskey and stuff, and it's called cinnamon bourbon coffee.
Ooh.
And
that's
so I said
that's either A, delicious, or B, tastes like turpentine. One or the other.
So it smells like cinnamon, like when I'm brewing it, but he said, I don't want coffee unless it's cold coffee with peppermint schnapps. And I was like, okay, you asked.
Isn't that a coffee guy?
He used to be, but not so much anymore. He kind of goes through phases,
Gotcha.
So I made his coffee. I poured it. I poured it in a cup of ice, and then I drained it through a strainer to make it, cold coffee. And then I threw a little. We usually have those tiny little bottles of Rumpelmans, which is like peppermint stuff, in the freezer because I don't know. It's
Why
just
not?
weird because every so often on the weekend, John will grab 2, we'll clink and say cheers to, and then whatever we cheers to, and then we chug it.
Sure.
And so I grabbed one of those, threw it in the coffee, and there you go. He's
happy guy.
Getting wasted at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Nothing says Saturday like day drinking at the crack of dawn.
On my personal.
No, I'm sorry. Well, I've never tried that, but that actually sounds really, really good. I'm not an iced coffee. I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm not
in the summertime, but it's just it just seems unnatural to me. It's sort of like I don't know.
If you have to do
it's like
extra
swimming with clothes
steps.
on or something. You know what I mean? Like you got jeans and a turtleneck and you jump in the pool. I mean, it just doesn't seem natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna weigh you down and kill you. So don't do that.
Maybe not. All right. So I'm sorry. You were saying?
I was gonna say, I don't remember. Cool. So,
Totally stole your story there.
That's okay. So I have peppermint coffee. One of my favorites is Starbucks peppermint mocha. You throw some Rumpelmans in there, and you are like, nice, good to go. The other thing is rum chata. You throw that in some coffee with some creamer and stuff, and you are good to go.
Nice.
And then, the traditional mimosa. These are all things that we might drink. It's weird how you develop these just traditions or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Because typically, if we know a snowstorm is coming, we will go get OJ, champagne, and have mimosas on the morning of the snow. Is that I like it.
Yeah,
John will put
well,
a
hey, who am I to to judge your
yeah, don't judge me.
traditions? Your
Yeah, he puts a
whatever.
fire in the fireplace. I put fuzzy socks on.
Why
We
not? You
kick
know?
back a few mimosas and he'll make a, good breakfast and,
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing.
yeah.
I think I've become, and I hate to even admit this. I think I'm turning into that fucking calorie guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like you're watching what
Yeah,
calories you put
dude.
in your
Yeah,
body.
like I'm like, I said something the other day. I don't know who I was talking to
Mhm.
about eating fried chicken, and I was like, I don't eat that shit. And I was like, I love fried chicken. What am I talking about? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, am I losing my mind? Did I just say that out loud? You know what I'm saying?
And was it natural? Like it just rolled off out of your
Yeah,
mouth?
man. And
Super
I just, I almost didn't like myself for a second, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm so skinny right now.
You're like,
How
"Man, I'm
can I
sorry I
not love
said that.
myself? You know?
I even hate me right now. So
I
sorry." You know what I
okay.
had the other day? Let's talk about food real quick.
Okay. Why not? We never do that.
2 doors down from the pediatric office I work at is okay, 3 doors down is a bakery kind of thing. They have kolaches. You know kolaches?
Um, I've had them, or we talked about it.
Okay, so
What
it's
is it
a
again?
super soft, like think of a hot dog bun, but super soft, fresh baked. But there's a sausage inside with cheese inside. I get the jalapeno one, so it's got a little kick
A
to it.
little hit you in the back of the throat
Oh
there.
man,
That sounds
oh
delicious, dude.
they're amazing. Anyway, they had something new, and tell me if you've ever heard of it, not tried it, because you probably haven't tried it,
Okay.
considering it's probably 1,000 calories by itself. But it's called a cronut.
Dude,
Have you
that
heard of it?
sounds familiar. What is that?
So it's a donut made out of a croissant. Croissant. So it's flaky, got layers, it's
Oh,
glazed
okay.
like a donut, and it's got like little pockets of like oil that they fried it in.
Oh my god. Oh man, that
Dang.
sounds really really good.
It's so horrible.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
I've
think
told you
like
before. I'm a carbivore, so I really
the
like
carbivore.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you said carbivore, and then I was like, no, carbivore.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
I
We
I
have
I,
almost the same mind, by
I
the
get
way.
down with that bread.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, can I talk about my this is how this
Mm-hmm.
is that I'm the calorie guy, right? And
Yes.
now I'm also the blood test guy, right?
Oh
The
yeah,
cholesterol test
yeah.
guy. And I know this is a corny subject, but this could be a PSA. I'm bragging, but I'm not bragging.
Yeah.
This is more of an educational part. But if you, for me,
Mm-hmm.
my cholesterol has always been a little bit high because I didn't always make the best food choices, right?
Yes.
Sugar never really had a problem with it, but being overweight, that wasn't a good thing to have, even a little
Sure.
higher. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It wasn't in the danger zone at all. But thank God, 'cause that's the last thing I need.
Right.
But cholesterol, triglycerides, all that shit, what I mean, was a
Yeah.
problem for me, right? And when I started this weight loss journey, right, it's
Mm-hmm.
one of the benefits was that it improves your blood work, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm seeing the visual changes, the weight loss, the
Yes.
scale, and all that stuff is very very satisfying, and it's coming along. It's slow but steady, so it's still happening,
Right.
right?
Yes.
And so I feel real good with that. I'm working out more. I feel really really good. So
Good.
I had an appointment to go get my blood done on
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, right? And I
Yes.
go in and they do all the things. The girl took out, I don't know, 6 7 vials, and I'm like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, what are
Do
you
I have any
testing? You know what I'm
left?
saying? Is you know, tested me for damn, amnesia and rickets, all kinds of shit, So
Oh my
I
gosh.
was like, what else are you testing for, man? And so the results come up online, so I log in, and I check it,
Mm-hmm.
dude. And I don't even know if I should be saying the actual numbers, but the cholesterol numbers, right? Like
Yeah.
the total number went from 228, because it's supposed to be under 200, right,
Yeah.
to 139.
In how long?
So I've been doing this for almost 2 months now.
In 2 months. Dang. You're like
Dude,
just unclogging arteries all over the place.
bro, and then the bad cholesterol,
Yeah.
which was most of that 228, went from, I want to say 160 something,
Mm-hmm.
160, which is horrible, right? To
Mm-hmm.
80,
Yeah.
83, something like that. Like I
So
have
you
to,
cut that stuff in half.
That's crazy. So, and then a lot of the other numbers went down, like, the bad stuff, because everything else was within normal limits. They check
Gotcha.
all your
Yeah.
CBC and all that, so they all
Yeah.
that information. So I'm seeing, all right, what does this mean? Oh, that's hemoglobin. Okay, what is it? So I'm researching it as I'm looking it up, because I don't know what any of those
Right.
things
Right.
mean. But the ones I knew, that's where I went to straight.
Mm-hmm.
Glucose went from 102 fasting to 80.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, dude, everything's running nice, and it's because of that. Because for me, at least, it works. The eat one day, and here's the thing: on my eating day, I don't pull any punches. I mean, I don't go overboard.
You don't
But
eat like 4 cronuts or anything.
no, but what I did have yesterday was so since I was babysitting and stuff, so I was across
Yeah.
town, and so I got Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah.
And I got, on the way home, I stopped by Kroger's. Do you have Kroger? Where you guys are?
I don't know where the closest one is, but I know it.
It's
Yeah.
around, and
Yeah.
they have these things called guava turnovers. Have you seen these?
Oh, I think you were. Did you say something about them
Yeah,
last
I
time?
may have. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
so I'll have those maybe once or twice a week when on my eating day. Just
Mm-hmm.
it keeps you away from the brownies and the damn cake
Yeah.
and ice cream and
Yeah.
shit. So all
It's like
the
the
heavy
lesser of
heavy
two
stuff.
evils.
Right. So it's kind of flaky, and it's carby, and
Yeah.
it's got a little bit of that guava jelly in it. But those things are so good, bro. That and a cup of coffee, and you're nice. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. It just keeps the demons away from going
Yes.
crazy and getting a candy bar or something like that. And then I was saying to myself, I told the doctor, I go, this is what he goes, even the doctor was like, dude, he's lost some weight, man. What's going on? So I told him, and he was like, good, keep going.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he goes, it doesn't seem to be hurting you at all, man. But your fat ass.
Yeah.
Just keep going, right? So then he goes,
Yeah.
and I told him I wanted to see what the cholesterol was going to be, because I was going to be real upset if it didn't go down. He goes, listen, if it goes down and you've been doing what you say you've been doing, if you say you've been doing, and your body works that way, it will be down. So
Right.
don't stress. But if it's not, and you are doing that stuff that you say you're doing, then it's your chemistry, and then there's nothing you can do about it, so don't get upset.
Right.
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 And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, thanks for the heads up, doc. But everything came out great, man. So I
That's
couldn't be
awesome.
happier. So if you're having a problem with high cholesterol, maybe
Stop
skip a
eating.
day. Yeah, just stop stuffing your face. But it's harder. It's easier said than done. Like anything,
Oh,
everything
yeah.
is easier said than done. Hey, get up at 5 and go
Yeah.
for a run. I can say that all day long. I'm
I
never
could
gonna
say that
do
all
it.
day long
You
too.
know,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm never gonna do it,
Yeah.
Sandy. And so everything is easier said than done. That's a stupid saying. So anyway,
Yes.
your boy's getting healthy, man. That's all I know, man.
That's awesome,
Yeah, yeah,
Carlos. We want you around for a long time. So.
yeah, man. Because I don't want to do that shit again. That scared me to death, man. And I
Oh, yeah.
definitely, I
No
don't
joke.
want to
Ugh.
have that conversation
Like
again.
facing your humanity is scary.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, way too young for this, man. And so yeah, it took a minute to finally get it all on track, but yeah, I feel
Yeah.
pretty good. But
That's awesome,
yeah.
dude.
So if
I
anybody
just
wants more
need to.
information on that, message me, and I'll be more than happy to talk about it more.
Yeah.
So
offyourflosser@gmail.com, or you can message us through social medias. And
any of them.
yeah, any of them, pretty much.
So
So I was gonna ask you, if you, as a hygienist, what kind of things are you like a hypocrite about in
like
the world
hygiene?
of hygiene? Like, you preach to your patients and da 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 da, but you might not necessarily do it yourself. Do you have a confession?
Not currently, because I floss, and I do all my stuff. I even have sensitive toothpaste, because I don't know my teeth. I don't know if I'm grinding. I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah.
but I was a smoker, and And
Ooh, that's a big
sometimes
one. Yeah.
patients go, I go, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I still floss every day, right? And they're like,
Right.
yeah. I go, so my point is that nobody's perfect, and
Right.
you can always
Right.
work on it. And they go, okay. So I think when you show a patient that you're not, if it's unless it's something horrible, you
Right.
show them that you're not perfect either. For
Hmm.
me, it was always
Yeah.
like, oh wow, okay, so he's not preaching; he's just telling me what's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
changes
It's from
how they intake.
experience.
Right, right.
Yes.
So when I
Yeah.
tell you, oh shoot, when I tell you about flossing and stuff, I knock my earbuds out.
Yeah.
It's because I know what's good for you. Like I used to smoke,
Right.
now I don't
Right.
because it's not good for you. And and for me at least that worked. So
Yeah.
what
It's
do you
almost
do?
like do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like I'm not an everyday flosser. And and in reality, what I tell my patients, especially the teenagers who do not want to do crap with their teeth,
right, right.
is, start working on the habit. I said, let's try Monday, Wednesday, Friday, take the weekends off, so they're getting it in there a few times a week. And I'm hoping that that translates into building that habit up. And I tell them to start with a floss pick, try
Mhm.
that first. It's easier. The easier it is, the more apt you are to do it.
Leave them on the counter.
Yeah. I was just talking to somebody the other day and I was like, man, get those command Velcro strips. Stick your floss on the mirror, stick your brush on the mirror, stick your toothpaste on the mirror so it's right there in your face every day. But yeah, sometimes I forget to brush at night. So
Hey, you fall asleep on the couch, you fall asleep on the couch. It happens.
exactly.
All right.
Thank you. Sometimes I'm just like, nah. So I did pose this question in lighthearted, and it was like the biggest thing was there were some people that only brush once a day. These are hygienists. So a lot of them they have their sweet tooth. They eat their candies,
Yeah.
their sour candies and stuff like that,
Oh,
which and the chewy ones, which those are the worst because they stick in the grooves of your
sour
teeth.
chewy things
Yep,
are the
sour
worst,
and
right?
chewy is like the
Nice.
epitome of sugar bug
Nice.
city.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there were a couple that what else was it? They don't floss. There was one in there that she said that I think she's hardly ever flosses. And I'm like, I slack for sure, but I still like, man,
Yeah.
I'm scared of perio. Like I don't
Yeah.
want perio. Perio
Every yo,
sucks.
son. No one needs that.
Perio.
You
It
know?
is not it's not a fun thing. So
Mm-mm.
sometimes I'll floss and not brush, but I guess at least I'm doing something right,
Yeah, I got little floss picks at my desk, and sometimes I'll just
Mm.
bang it out, just in the
Yeah.
middle of the day for no reason.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it just feels good too. So you can just.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I
if you
had
want
a
to, you can. Throw some in your
right.
bag or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, floss is
Figure it out.
portable. You can take it with you.
Come on, figure
And
it out.
and honestly, when I go to the store and I'm walking across the parking lot and I see a floss stick on the ground or a floss pick on the ground, I'm like, I'm not even mad. I'm
Yeah,
not even mad. You're
yeah. The
using it.
environment's going to hell, but some guys preventing gum disease.
But your gums are going to stop
Yeah.
bleeding.
I got a funny story to tell you. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I
Okay.
gotta get props. I was crying the other night, and I don't know if it was just late and I was just being goofy. Let me get the
Okay.
thing. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. This episode brought to you by coffee, the breakfast of champions, because I am a champion. La di da di da, la di da. Can't wait for it to get light out. I'm gonna build me a podcast room. So many things to do in so little time, other than watching TV on the couch. I should probably stop. I think I'm gonna brush my teeth after this. After all that talk, I put a lot of creamer and sugar stuff. Well, creamer in my coffee. Oh, hi.
Hey, were you talking smack?
No, I was just talking to myself and everyone listening.
That's hilarious. I can't wait to listen when I'm
Yeah.
editing.
Oh,
All right,
I do it just for you, man.
all right. So
Okay, tell me a story.
the other night, right?
Okay.
I sitting on the floor, stretching my back out or something, right? And I look
Mhm.
up by my side of the bed, and we have matching dressers, but they're bigger. And on top of it, I have a basket or something where I put my phone and
All the
ear
goodies. Yeah.
earbuds, earbuds or whatever, and so I
Yes.
can find them in the morning. And I see a stuffed animal sitting by the alarm clock, and I'm like, "What is that?" Right? And she goes, "Something I ordered off of Amazon," and I'm like, well, "Why is it on my side? What is that?" Right? She goes, "I'm so pissed off." I'm like, "Why?" And she goes, "I thought it was supposed to be the size of a body pillow, right?" And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"What do you mean, like a 3 foot long one, right?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, right." And I go, "And that's what came?" She goes, "Yeah." I'm furious, right, dude. And it's the expression on this thing's face that just made me that made
Oh
me
my
laugh. It's
gosh.
look how small it is. And I'm like, how did you get that confused with a body pillow? Look how small it is.
Yeah.
But and and
It
I'm
kind
like,
of
this
looks
is
like you, man.
that's silly. It's the stupidest looking. He got this expression on his face, and
Like, hey.
yeah, and I don't know why it was like. Again, it's not a funny story, but it just tickled me that.
So
What made me not laugh was that how she could not figure out that 12 inches is not the same as 36.
48. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for a body size pillow, and that's what happens when you order stuff at 2 in the morning.
Yes. Yes.
You don't read all the details,
I'm half
and then
asleep, ordering something, and I forgot I ordered
and
it, and I'm like, what?
and he's squishy. So I guess Anthony's got a new toy. I guess
Yeah.
dude.
So, she wants a big body pillow teddy bear to cuddle with.
I guess.
She has one
But the
named
things
named
she sleeps.
Carlos.
That's true. That's true. And
Yeah.
but she sleeps during the day because she works nights. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
while she's in there, and we must have, I don't know, 15 fucking pillows on the bed, dude. It's just and she's got a
That's
body pillow, but
that is the epitome of man versus woman in a household is the amount of pillows that women want on their bed. Because I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, I think 7 pillows on
yeah,
the
I was
bed if
exaggerating with
I
the
make it.
15, but
Okay.
it's something like that,
Yeah.
and there's a long one in there, and I'm like, I don't know who's how many
Yeah.
people are sleeping on this? What's going on? So she's talking about this thing, and I'm laughing my ass off like an idiot,
Oh my god.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's his expression. She's like, I don't know why, you know, I thought it was gonna be a body pillow, and like, what are you,
Why'd she put
stupid?
it on your side of the bed?
I don't know, man. So I guess I can't even put my head on this thing because his arms are in the way,
Oh my
dude. I don't know,
goodness.
but
That's
yeah. So
funny.
that's a silly story, dude. And again, not the funniest in hindsight,
Yeah.
not the funniest story in the world, but at the
Yeah.
time, it just tickled me, and I was like, this is the dumbest problem to have, man. You know, do you? Let me ask you this, a practical question. Do you
Hmm.
have a glue gun, a hot glue gun?
Yes. Somewhere.
Do you use it?
I used it before. I
When
probably
you
haven't used it in a couple of years.
where you knew when you knew where it was?
Yeah.
I me, I'm an amateur. I'm a homeowner tool guy, so
Yeah.
I don't need a $500 drill. I just need a $69 drill. You know what
You
I'm
need
saying?
one that'll work
That's it.
when you need it.
If I put a project up, building a chair, whatever.
Yeah.
So all my stuff is Ryobi, the
Yeah.
green stuff from Home Depot. I got a
Yeah.
bunch of batteries, chargers, tools,
Yeah.
saws, you name it. I got it. I got it, right? And I saw a thing around Christmas time, and it was a hot glue gun on sale. I think I got it for $20 or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, how can you even if I use it once, $20 is.
Yeah.
So I got the thing, right? And then at one point, we had these little reindeer that had acorns as tails.
Yeah.
They were made out of sticks or straw or whatever. I don't know what it was. So Butter got a hold of one and chewed some of the tail off of one and knocked it off. And then Anthony, monkeying with it, knocked the tail off the other one. And she goes, "Can you fix this?" I'm like, "Matter of fact, I can."
Yes, I can.
Fired up the hot glue gun, dude. But it came with like 3 sticks, and I lost one. I used one, and I have one left. I said, let me order some more or get some more.
Yeah.
So I didn't know there's different sizes of glue sticks.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's one probably the size of my index finger, like the large one, right? And then
Yeah,
there's
because
a
they have
mini,
big glue guns.
and there's a mini one, and
I have a
mine
tiny one.
takes the mini one, right? And
Yeah, the little bitty little sticks like that.
so she goes out and buys some, and I'm like, these are like cigars, man. It's not never gonna fit. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna fit in that tiny little opening, right?
No.
So she took them back to Target or whatever. I said, I'm just gonna go online and order them, And
Yeah.
I found them on Amazon, man. I got like 30 of them for like $3 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
I was
crazy.
like, what? So I'm gonna be gluing stuff. The point is, I had to glue something else for Anthony the other day, and I can't remember what it was, but I'm glad I had the thing.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have more. I know this is a stupid conversation, but it's like having a hammer with no nails. You gotta have nails.
Yeah, I just used it more for crafty stuff. Like one year for Christmas, I bought a frame from like TJ Maxx or something like that, and I made a burlap bow. Sorry, there's fuzz. A burlap bow, and then I got some cute big buttons. So I put the bow in the corner of the frame, and I glued the button and the bow to the frame, and it made it just, cuter or whatever.
I get
and
you.
then
I
I
get you.
got a picture of her dog and put it in there. And then I put his name at the bottom with like glue stick. I had little wooden letters.
I got you.
So
I know
that
what
kind
happened.
of stuff, you can make homemade gifts and stuff.
The picture frame, the little stand that comes out of the back.
Yeah.
Anthony ripped one off the back of the photo, so it wouldn't. We had to lay it down. I'm like, well, give it to me. I'll just go in the garage.
Right.
So I just scraped the area and just put a big glob of glue in it and taped it down till it all set up. And boom, there you go. I'm like, this is so handy.
Right.
And because my thing used to be duct tape, dude. I will duct tape the hell out of something, bro.
Yeah.
Duct tape and PVC, you can fix anything.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Because PVC, you can heat it, you can flatten it, you can.
Right. Yeah.
You can do all kinds of stuff with it, dude. Yeah. So I'm crafty, like in a MacGyvery kind of way, not like in a,
right,
coloring with pastels and and finger paints kind of way.
Right.
So, yeah.
Speaking of PVC, so did I tell you that we're gonna see Blue Man Group?
I know you were wanting to, and did you have a trip that you had to cancel or something like that? And
yeah, so that was in Vegas, but they're coming to St. Louis. So I bought tickets for tomorrow afternoon, and it was going to be a Valentine's Day thing, and I was going to surprise John. So the other day I wrote on the calendar so we didn't forget 1:00, and then I just put a heart, and I go, ha ha ha, don't forget, we got somewhere to go. And he goes, I know what we're doing. And I was like, what? No, you don't. And he goes, it's Blue Man Group. And I was like, how did you know that? And then my heart just went, ugh.
He probably got you tickets.
No, that would have been hilarious. But no, he goes, oh, I was just listening to the radio, and it said on there the Blue Man Group's at the Fox, and the dates were about the same, so I just put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, well, yep, surprise.
He's no fool.
It'll be awesome because they do all these, crazy things, and they use these giant PVC pipes to make music and all this stuff. I think it'll be fun,
Yeah. Those are really, really cool. When my daughter was in high school, I've told you this story, right? And
I don't remember.
Yeah, she was in marching band and she played flute and she was real musical. Like I can't read music, but she can.
Yes, yeah.
So it was a thing. I don't know if it was a science thing or music. I don't know what it was, but they gave her plans to build a drum set like Blue Man Group out of PVC. Right?
Oh, okay.
So the different lengths make different notes and da 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 da. And I remember thinking, we're gonna figure this out, dude. So I built her this thing, right? I was up
Yeah.
to like 2 or 3 in the morning, man. I was at,
Yeah.
I had to go to where did I go? I went to Walmart or something like it, 2 in the morning to buy
Mhm.
hole saws, and I'm like, how do I not have hole saws? You know, and it's
Yeah.
it's a little, it's like a steel cup with teeth on the outside that will cut a
Yeah.
hole, but the
They
center of
make
it has
doorknob holes with it and stuff.
a drill bit that sticks out of the middle, so you can have it as a guide, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So once you
Yes.
draw the little hole, and then the teeth dig in. So I marked it all out, and I must have maybe 8, 12 little holes with the PVC and different lanes, and they came all up front like different trumpets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had them curled around, and then they all ended at the same height, and you
Yeah.
hit them with flip flops.
Yes. Yeah.
And
That's
so,
awesome.
and we did it, and I had to carry it into school with her the next day. And I remember I'll never forget this. This stupid teacher, right? I'm walking in with her. We sign in at the thing. What is that? Is that a machine gun? And I'm like, what? Why would you say something like that?
A
It's
machine
not.
gun?
It's not funny. It's a stupid thing to say, and it's obviously
And the school
PVC.
told her to make it.
It's PVC. You know, she had a psycho dad, so I took it to the next level. You know, most kids probably had like a 3-piece. Hers had at least 8, if not
Yeah.
12. Maybe
Yeah.
let's say 9. I want to say 9. Okay, so 3, 3, 3,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that makes
Okay.
more sense. So it was 3, 2-inch PVC, and it was big and heavy. You know,
Yeah.
is that a machine gun? I'll never forget that. Why would you say that? Does it look like a gun? Do you think you're funny? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Am
You
I
can't
am I
even
am I
say that stuff
overreacting, or
nowadays.
is that just crazy to say? It's obviously not a. It's a big
If they
blocky
were
thing with a bunch of
serious,
pipes,
I would
white
have a problem. Like,
pipes.
I don't know. If you're saying it like just to be goofy, whatever, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But if they're serious, I'd be like,
Kind of like a serious tone, like, is
what?
that a machine gun? I'm like, what are you, stupid? You know? And it wasn't a teacher. I'll say that it was one of the ladies in the office. It still doesn't excuse it. That was a stupid thing to say. And I'm
Yeah.
going to stick by that story. That was a dumb
Okay.
thing to say.
It was
And
dumb.
And I was like, yeah, and I'm unshaved, and I think I had like a hoodie on or something like that. It's wintertime, and I'm in
Yeah.
sweats, and I'm carrying this thing. Why would you do that? You trying to give me, you know what I mean, the wrong attention? Ugh, just rub me
And
the
you're
wrong
like,
way.
yeah, yeah,
Am I
it's a
overreacting?
machine gun. That's why I'm signing in at the office.
This is like 15 years ago, and it still pisses me off when I think
Yeah.
about it.
You should probably just get over it, man.
I know, but I'm
Let
over
it go.
99% of the time.
go.
But when I
Let
tell that
it
stupid
go.
story, it annoys me, and just I don't know, just people
Yeah.
are ignorant. But yeah. So she did her little thing, and she got a great score on it. The point
Yeah.
is, that's as close as I'm gonna get to the Blue Man Group.
You never know. Or do you not want to go see them?
I do not want to go, but I don't really want to go either.
But you'd live just fine never seeing them.
I think I'd be okay. But if you go, hey, they're going to Atlanta. I sent you 2 tickets. Do you want to go check them out? I'm like, all right, I'll go check them out.
Yeah. You paid for it. I'll go.
Yeah.
I want to see.
$89?
Eventually,
103 with handling.
right?
All right, yeah, I'll go. You know.
Eventually, I want to see Cirque du Soleil again because I saw it when I was out there for a dental conference, and I think John would be entertained.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you not entertained? That would be. They're amazing. Those guys are.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they don't die more often.
Yeah, and they don't have nets or anything.
Ridiculous.
Well, some parts of the show that we went to, they had nets underneath them, and I want to say one of them fell.
Oh.
I think one of them fell. Oh man, I wish I could remember.
I've never seen them live, but I've seen them on TV, like PBS or something like that, and it's been a long time. But I think every year or two they change up their act, and they were in Atlanta for a while with the horse one.
Oh,
there was one where they were standing on horses and they're running around in circles or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did with the horses, but it was probably dangerous and artistic and beautiful or whatever. But
yeah, you didn't see it.
No, I didn't go. Yeah, you know me. No, I'm sure it's amazing. It's just no, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, so here's what I have coming up. I booked a trip to Little Rock, Arkansas. Ashley and Big Tuna are going to meet me halfway. That's about our
Mhm.
halfway point. We're going to stay in Airbnb for like 4 days, hang out at the zoo, do some, cool stuff like that.
Cool.
And then I just booked our flight and Airbnb for LA for the Smiles at Sea trip,
Okay.
leaving port in LA. So I like Airbnb because you get like the whole house for about the same price as a hotel room.
Really?
And then the area is not too far from the airport. So
Okay.
I'm hoping it's a good area. I didn't really look into it, but
Okay.
we're not going to be there much. So like we come in
Who's we?
Saturday. So me and Ashley. Ashley's going to be there at Smiles at Sea with me, my little
Oh,
sis.
cool, cool, cool.
And then Becky Reed, Lil Ray.
Little Ray,
Um,
right, right.
Yep. So we're gonna stay in this Airbnb together, and then Sunday. So we get in late Saturday and check in. So we'll go to bed. Next morning is let's see LA. So my number one thing I want to see is just Hollywood stars. Other than that, whatever we want to see, Sunset Boulevard or whatever else
Cool.
is there. And then so we're gonna spend all day Sunday out and about, and then obviously get up the next morning and go get on the boat.
Get on the boat.
I'm
I
excited.
I'm coming from Phoenix because I'll be at the Dental
Mhm.
Speaker Institute thing
Yeah.
that week, but it's over Saturday.
Okay.
So if I
So you
leave
want to hang out
Saturday,
Sunday then?
I might,
Yeah. All
yeah.
right.
I was thinking maybe get there blah 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 blah, get there late on Sunday, and then just be ready to go by Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys are gonna be hanging out, I might join
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. There's a 90s party. So Ashley and I were looking at like outfits that we're gonna get for that.
That's
I think
hilarious.
we're gonna not like super matchy, but a little matchy.
So what would be 90s, like Alanis Morissette or something?
Well, I can't tell you what we're gonna
Okay,
wear,
yeah,
but
no, don't
if you
ruin it.
just Google 90s outfits, you'll come up with something funny.
Gotcha, gotcha. I might
Oh,
still have
so
some 90s stuff in my closet, dude.
you might. We went to an 80s party one year, and I'll have to find the picture and you can put it up here, but John went as Mr.T.
Oh wow.
I got we got this stuff from Joann's Fabrics, and it was like black furry type material, and we got double-sided tape and we did a little strip of a like a
A
mohawk,
mohawk, yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
I think we gave him sideburns too. And then I got from Joann's, it's like this fabric gold rope. It's just like twisted rope, and it was like kind of thick, so I got some of that, and that was
Okay.
his like necklaces and stuff.
Sure, sure.
He looked so good. I'll have to find a picture. It was so funny.
I'm picturing
Uh,
it and it just sounds ridiculous,
yeah.
but hilarious, Why not?
Yes, it was so funny.
Mr. T was a
So
badass man in Rock. What was that,
I
Rocky
know.
4 or
Yes,
3? Rocky 3,
yes.
one of
And
those,
then the
and
A
the
team,
A
like
team. Dude, I grew up on the A team.
I
Dude.
know.
Yeah, yeah. That was good stuff,
It's so
man.
funny. Yeah, so I'll find that picture and I'll send it. You can pop it up there.
Plus, that's an
Um,
intimidating dude, though. You
yeah,
know.
I pity the fool. Like,
And I remember hearing a story about that somebody mugged his mom, like in Detroit,
oh snap!
and then him and his brothers either tuned the
Found
guy up
like
or
found
worse.
him.
Yeah, Now I don't know how true that is, but
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
How did
He
they
mugged,
find him though? That's
dude. You go to a neighborhood, you smack enough people, somebody will point, and like, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
that's true. That's true.
And
Yep, never done
yeah,
that
don't tell him I
before.
told you, but but dude, you imagine the luck of the dude that mugs Mr. T's mom, dude,
Yeah,
in '89 or whatever. That's
you're
a
in
death
trouble.
sentence on the street, son.
You are in trouble. Yeah,
Bro, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Ugh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Big Tuna, you gonna go hang out with him?
Yes.
And
So apparently he told Ashley that he wants to see all the zoos. So now we have a mission from now until the end of time to take him to all the zoos.
yeah,
And then I sent him So last year I sent him a Valentine's Day little board book that, will you be my Valentine, that kind of thing. So this year I sent him do you know who Miles is on Spidey and Friends?
I don't.
So you got Spidey, who is Spider-Man, but it's like a kid version. And then you have Miles, that's the like the black Superman or Spider-Man. So
Miles
there's
Morales.
yes.
I think they made a movie, uh,
Oh.
Into the Spider-Verse or something like that.
Oh, okay, okay,
And
yes, okay,
oh,
so
it was in the comic books. It was like an alternate universe, da 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 da, where there was. And I think he's black and Puerto
oh.
Rican.
So I don't know
Right.
anything about it. I just know that
Yeah.
he likes it. So I found on
Right.
Amazon they had that, Thai brand, TY
Yeah, they make
brand.
Beanie Babies and stuff, right?
Yes, exactly. So
Right.
I bought him a little stuffed Miles, and I sent him I sent him a book. I sent him a book that says How to Catch a Lovosaurus, and it's about like this
Oh,
dinosaur who loves everyone, that sort of thing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
on the gift note, I said, "Will you be my Valentine?" And so Ashley sent me a video of him opening. So when I sent him the Miles and the book, it came at different times. So he's opening the Miles, and he's like, "What is it? What is it? What is it?" He kept asking, "What is it?" And Ashley's like, "I don't know. Open it." And he did the same thing with the book. "What is it? What is it?" Anyway, so now she read the little gift tag that says, "Will you be my Valentine?" He goes, "Yeah."
Oh,
And then she goes, "Do you love Tata Juju?" And he was too busy with his book. He was started, fake reading it. He goes, "The dinosaur talks, and the dinosaur talks, and the dinosaur talks," and he's like, fake reading. But
sure.
anyway, yeah.
No,
So I
dude,
thought
no,
that was super cute.
that age is they're so much fun. I'm having
Yes,
so much
yes,
fun with my two little dudes. And
yes.
uh, the other day I was hanging out with Anthony, and this kid is a character, bro.
Yeah,
And he'll I don't know what it is with me.
yeah,
Little boys just want to they roughhouse, like they come at me hard. You know what I mean? Like he'll come running full speed
yeah.
and just like chest bump me. And it's like, oh, and I hear him going, oh,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
who taught him this, right? And then sometimes I'll grab him, throw him around or whatever. So the other day, his dad's wrestling with him, right? My son's
Yeah,
wrestling with him,
yeah.
and he goes, call Pop for help, and he goes, Papa, Papa, like he's calling me, right? And I pretend like I go over there and help him, whatever. And I get dad off of him, and he's just like,
Yeah.
yeah. So we like high five, whatever. And then later on, I get him, and this has made me laugh, right? Because he's
Uh-huh.
so just a clown.
Yeah.
And he's laying there watching TV, right? And I said something about, hey, high five, right? And I go, oh yeah. He goes, yeah, yeah. And then I put my hand up and he slaps it, right? Then he
Uh-huh.
looks at me, he headbutts my hand and then licks my palm. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he just looks at me and starts laughing. And he just thinks it's the funniest thing because he knows
Where
it's
does he
going to
get
weird
this
me
stuff?
out. And I don't know, what the hell? Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
Can you imagine like going into a business meeting or meeting somebody the first time, like, "Oh, high five," and then you like lick their hand?
well,
I don't think that would go over
no, dude.
well.
But it wasn't like a lick. Like it was just like he just pressed his tongue on it, just like a like a I don't know, like a damn.
Like
He
a
just
high
pecked at
tongue.
it, and I'm
Oh
like,
my
what the hell is
gosh.
that, man?
Like, where does this stuff come from?
And then I was at my daughter's house yesterday, and yeah, Gabriel, he's like, can you make me a snake, right? So he's bringing me different color Play-Dohs, right? So we'll play with the
Okay.
color, put it
Okay.
up, different, so he doesn't mix them up.
Yeah.
So I'd roll out a snake, and then I'd flatten one end like a cobra and make it
Oh
look
yeah.
like, so it's like a rude, rudely made
Yeah.
snake.
Yeah.
And I was like, snakes, and I was going like this to
Yeah.
him, right? And then he went like that to me, and I was like, oh no, no, not my neck, right? And
Yeah.
I'd do like the thing jumped on my neck, and I'd be like, ah, and so I start freaking out, right? He
Yeah.
thought it was the funniest thing in the
Yeah.
world, right? So my daughter was out, so I videotape us doing that again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she goes, that was the cutest thing because he's laying on the table. I'm like, I
Yeah.
didn't know that he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
She goes, He knows he's not supposed to climb up on the table, so
Oh.
he is just screaming, laughing his ass off while
Yeah.
this yellow Play-Doh snake is
Yeah.
attacking me. And then I go, "Is that funny?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?" He bit me in the neck. I go, "What if he bites you in the neck?" And I do it to him, and he starts screaming, "Ah!" like it's killing him, and then laughing the whole time. And all you
Oh
see is
my
his
gosh.
mouth wide open. He's just having the best fun.
Yeah.
The point is that kids, if you sort of, I don't want to say talk down to them, but like you get it kind of at their level. I sit on the floor with them or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they have the most. That's why they jump on me and use
Yeah.
me as a damn,
Yeah.
something to climb on because
Mhm.
it's why not? This big
Yeah.
sweet guys is playing with them and pretending that the
Right.
snake is
Yes. attacking
attacking them. Yeah, so I don't know. I find that fun. Hopefully they're still cool when they're teenagers, but they're
Yeah.
probably not. They'll probably be little
They'll remember this stuff.
smelly
You know, I
jerks. You know what
I
I mean?
feel like
Smelly
you know
jerks. Teenagers.
teenagers are all jerks, so but I feel like you're building a good relationship with them. They're gonna have good memories. I know with part of not having children, I feel like that makes me appreciate them more, because if you're with them 24/7, you get exhausted and things,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and you
for
might
sure.
not pay attention to them as much as they would love for you to, because you've got other things on your mind. So whenever I go to like a party or a friend's house or whatever, I always like have conversations with the kids or play with the kids. Like if they're super young, then I'll just play. But if they're a little bit older, I'll just ask them, how they're doing, and
Sure.
have a nice conversation with them. And you can tell, like, I've always been drawn to kids and they've always been drawn to me. And I feel like that's probably part of it, because kids will take their parents for granted too, you know
Yeah.
so somebody new, like, but anyway, I really enjoy kids in general, and I feel like these little memories that you're making,
Yeah.
um it's good. Like
For sure.
it's building a good self-esteem in the kids too, so I
Mhm.
think that's
I enjoy
valuable,
it. And I was always good with kid patience too. Like
mhm. Mhm.
one of my go-to lines, and
Yeah.
I'd have like a little 5 or 6 year old girl. I go, I like your hair. And they're like, thanks. I'm like, I remember when I was a little girl, I used to wear my hair like that. I go, wait a minute. I wasn't a little girl. And they're like, what
Oh.
the hell is he talking about? And the parents are like, it was just, but nowadays I might have a different meaning, but it was just so funny. It was like,
Yes.
and I'd go to the mom or the dad. I'd be like, dude, I'd have been an ugly little girl, man. And they're like, yeah, man, you've been rough on the eyes, man. She's got a great personality. So stupid.
Oh
But
my gosh.
and it's that silliness that where you're not afraid to make
Yeah.
fun of yourself. And I know I'm not, and I know
Yeah.
you aren't. So
No.
that's kids really appreciate
No.
that because
Yeah.
adults are supposed to have it all together, and here you are just being a big goofball. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Adults are supposed to be in charge and authoritative, and you got to listen to them because they're bigger than you and they're in charge and blah blah blah, and then they say something stupid like that and they're just like, what just happened?
I saw something very funny on Facebook, which I think would be a good send off for this episode,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Right. And it was a comedian, and
Hmm.
he goes, I don't know how anybody sells parenting as a job. I don't know how they do because I wouldn't accept that job at an interview. Could you imagine
Oh,
how it
I've
goes?
heard
He
this.
goes,
Yeah.
we need you to be a parent. He goes, okay, how much time? He's like 24 hours a day, 7 days a
Yeah.
week. He goes, oh wow, what does it pay? He goes, you pay thousands for at least 18 years, or you go to jail, right? He goes, what do I get out of it? He goes, judged for asking that question, right? Then the guy goes, love, you get love for 13 years. Then
And
you
then
get
hate
resented.
for another yeah.
You get resented for another, 7 to 10 years. And he goes, and then you get love again, depending on how much money you give him. Yeah. And I was like, wow. And it just made me laugh. But,
Oh
that's how
my
kids are,
gosh.
man. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't take, and I think this is a good rule, right?
Hmm.
I try to live in the present because you can't worry about the past. You can't change it, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
future may or may not happen.
Yeah.
Everything, and it hasn't happened yet, so why worry about it, right?
Right.
I'm not saying don't pay your taxes. I'm just saying
Right.
don't worry about just other stuff.
Yes.
But um, just enjoy where you are right now, and like these little kids that we have in our lives that we're blessed to have in our
Yeah.
lives, they don't owe us anything. They're
Mm.
you're loving them because you want to, because
Mhm.
it's reciprocal. I think
Oh
we
yeah.
both get out of
Oh
it,
yeah.
because my son-in-law picked him up, and he goes, no, I want to go with grandpa, and I was just like,
Oh.
wow.
Now
So
what,
yeah,
son?
and then he goes, has he been jumping on the couch? I'm like, I didn't know he couldn't do that. He goes, bro. He goes, they're just abusing you every time. Like he gets one book read at night. He has me reading 3. He's laying
Substitute
on the
teacher
table.
syndrome.
He's jumping on. Of course, why wouldn't he want to hang out with grandpa? Because I let him do whatever
Right.
he wants. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
within reason. I
Yeah.
make him go to bed and brush his teeth, and I lay him down or whatever. But dude,
Yeah.
grandpa comes in. We're gonna eat pizza. We're gonna jerk around, and we're gonna burn stuff down. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So enjoy your lives,
Yeah.
man. Enjoy your lives. Last words,
Yes.
Zandy? Anything you want to?
Oh, live your best life.
Life.
We've all been through crap, but we've survived 100% of all our bad days this far. So
There you go.
you can do it.
There's more coming, which is why you need to listen to OYF. And
Yes.
matter of fact, well, not only just listen to it, use that code OYF on the Smiles at Sea website and come hang out with us in
Yeah.
California.
Come hang out.
And where are we going? Catalina Island?
Catalina.
Right?
The Catalina wine mixer. And then Ensenada, Mexico. And it's just an all around fun time. The cruise is fun. You're gonna learn some stuff, so it's a tax write off. Like, just do it, and then save $100 by using the OYF code. So
You're going to meet some super cool people. And, I have friends that we've met at these things. And that's where I met this lunatic. And
yes,
look where we wound it up.
right? Yeah.
So, we wound
5
up.
years later,
Not wounded.
wound
It doesn't
up.
make any
Yeah,
sense.
whatever.
Yeah. You know what I meant.
Yes.
Don't
We've
look
met a
don't
lot
look
of great people, and
Dude.
that's like lifelong friendship type stuff.
for sure. Different
So.
vendors, different speakers, different just everything. Business
Yep.
people, and
Yep.
people have found jobs and different careers and changed paths and done all kinds of cool
Mhm.
stuff. And if at minimum, you're gonna have a lot of fun with a bunch of cool, like-minded folks.
Exactly.
So we'll see you there. Come
So
come
just
hang
do it.
out.
Mhm.
Come hang out with us.
Yes.
All right, Sandy.
Yeah, episode 196. Get a hold of us, offyourflosser@gmail.com or
Boom, boom, boom.
offyourflosser.com. All of our links to everything, that's all on our website. So go find us, go talk to us. We are, we're very cool people, I think.
Bring it in. Bring
Right?
it in. There you go.
All right.
96. Take
Yep.
care, guys. Go
And
floss
go
yourselves.
floss yourselves.
There you go. Bye.
Bye.